It's after 4 o'clock. It's on Friday. I don't know what day this is. What is this, the 11th of December? It's a long time. Seems like a long year. A really long year. It's just weird. Super happy we're in December. Super happy that my favorite holiday of the year is coming up. I got this cool little mask my wife made me. See? Little like Snoopy Christmas mask there. Loving this thing. I'll be sporting this for the next month or so. Pretty much all year round. Today, we're going to do another holiday cocktail. We're going to create an Indulgent chocolate martini. And this is definitely for the folks that have a sweet tooth. And we're going to make this from soup to nuts. So there's a little bit of prep work that's required for this thing. The very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take these martini glasses and I'm going to put them in the freezer and get them chilled. So they're going in the freezer right now. Getting them chilled, and you will see why in a few minutes as we kind of move through this thing. I got 2 martini glasses in there, mostly because most of you know my wife Molly. She's awesome. Every time I do these, she always asks where her drink is, and so I'm just going to make her one. So I'm going to talk through the instructions for one drink, but I'm going to be making 2. So if you see me putting in more booze, it's because I'm making 2 at the same time. But these chocolate martinis are really good. And one of the things I like about them is that there's some room for interpretation depending on what you like, right? So our ingredients today, we've got just some Smirnoff vanilla vodka, pretty run-of-the-mill stuff. You can use Irish cream, but I'm going to use Buffalo Trace bourbon cream. This stuff is amazing. This is what Irish cream wants to be when it grows up. This stuff, it's awesome. We're going to use some heavy whipping cream. I've got some Hershey syrup here, yummy. I have some organic dark chocolate. This is what I'm going to use for my chocolate. And I got a couple of these cute little candy canes that we're going to use for stirs and garnish. The first thing we're going to do to kind of prep for this thing, other than put the martini glasses on ice, is I'm going to clean up my countertop a little bit. I'm just going to take this chocolate and I'm going to grate it. And I've got one of those really fine graters. So I'm just going to grate the chocolate down. I'll show you guys what I'm doing in just a sec here. But really, see, you just want those chocolate shavings. These we're going to put on the top of our drink, okay? So there we got some nice chocolate shavings. Got a nice little pile of them right there. Yummy. I'm going to kind of put those off to the side for right now. Get those over there. Okay. Now, I imagine a lot of you have not had bourbon cream. Bourbon cream is absolutely amazing. If you've never had it, you have to try it. Unlike everything else that we haven't tried, you should always try it first. Now, I've tried this stuff a lot because I go through this stuff like crazy, especially in the colder months because it's amazing. Like I said, this is what Irish cream wants to be when it grows up. There are a bunch of different kinds of bourbon cream that are on the market. Some are sweeter, some are richer, some are more bourbony. I like this Buffalo Trace stuff. Typically what I will do is I'll put this on a glass just with rocks, and I'll actually add about another half an ounce of bourbon to it, mix it up. It is amazing. Cheers. If you haven't had this stuff, you got to get yourself some. Oh my goodness. Like I said, this is what Bailey's wants to be when it grows up. Yummy. Always a good idea to start your drink with a drink. Let's go ahead and start mixing this bad boy up. It's actually pretty much a classic martini, right? Now, I'm not a big vodka fan, but we're going to make a vodka martini, right? So we're going to start with an ounce of vodka. Got my shaker, got my jigger, and I'm going to do everything twice over because I got to make a drink for Molly, but you're making one for yourself, it's 1 ounce of vanilla vodka. The vanilla vodka itself, you guys know I'm not a big vodka fan. So to be quite honest, I just kind of take a middle of the road cheap flavored vodka, Smirnoff. I think this is maybe 12, 15 bucks a fifth. It's pretty inexpensive. So I'm going to take 1 ounce of that. I'm going to take 1.5 ounces of my bourbon cream or Bailey's. Okay. Got 1 ounce there. I'm going to add another ounce here. I'm making for 2. Okay. Perfect. We got our vodka. We have our bourbon cream. And now I'm going to add the heavy cream. And you want about 1 ounce of heavy cream, right? So we've got 1 ounce of vodka, 1.5 ounces of bourbon cream, and probably just a little shy of 1 ounce of heavy cream. Now, this is kind of where you can start playing with stuff. You could use half and half if you don't want it as dark. I would not use milk. Milk tends to just kind of mess with it a little bit, the taste. I've tried it before. It's not very good. You could put a little bit more or a little less cream in it, depending on what you like. This sounds kind of weird, but if you're going to go the Bailey's route and you want some coffee infused in there, you can put some coffee grounds in there. Just make sure that when you are going to want to double strain that to get the coffee strains out. But we got all of our booze in here, so I'm going to grab some ice. Okay, got ice. I'm going to put that in the shaker. I'm going to close this bad boy up. I'm going to give it a pre-shake. Okay, there we go. Oops, I didn't close the top of that. Word to the wise, when you're using the shaker, you make sure the top's closed. So we're just going to do a quick pre-shake of that. Now comes some more of the prep work, okay? We put that martini glass in the freezer. And the idea behind that is we want that martini glass to get really cold, because what we're going to do is we're going to drizzle some of this chocolate syrup in the inside of it. And when it's really cold like that, this chocolate syrup tends to adhere to the sides. We're then going to take this ice cold concoction, we're going to put it on top of that stuff, and it'll make that chocolate ring that we're going to pour in there stay, and it'll look really cool. So we're going to grab the martini glasses out of the freezer. Okay, and they're not like super frozen, they're just cold. This is pretty easy to do. I'm just going to take one. I'm going to start at the bottom. I'm just going to kind of twist it around like that and work our way up around until we get to the top. There's one. Do another one here. Okay. Work our way around until we get to the top. Give this bad boy another shake. Get it nice and cold. Okay, now we're going to pour this out on that glass. Look at that. With that chocolate sauce. Okay, and look at that, how that chocolate sauce just kind of sticks to the side like that. Totally awesome possum. There we go. Now what we're going to do, we're going to take those chocolate shavings, okay? We'll take some, just put them right on the top. And it's thick enough, they're not going to sink. This is another spot you can use like different kind of chocolate. That's why I said kind of get your favorite candy bar. Raspberry chocolate would be super good. The dark chocolate's really good, I think. Sherman likes the dark chocolate too. You can hear him barking. Just kind of sprinkle that on top. Let's see if I can get you a good shot of this bad boy. There we go. And that's about it. Then we're going to use these candy canes, those little stirrers. Put that in there. These become little stirs for your drink. And now you have an Indulgent chocolate martini. Easy to make. All kinds of ways you could kind of go with this. You could use different kinds of chocolate sauce. I know right now they've kind of got that peppermint stuff out. That might be really good if you want something super like pepperminty and Christmassy. They have strawberry. I love strawberry sauce. So you could use strawberry and use strawberry chocolate. I think that would be super good. I have not tried that yet. I've always wanted to. But the mainstays are your heavy cream. You could probably go half and half, but I wouldn't go any lighter than that. Your vanilla vodka and your Irish cream or your bourbon cream. Okay, those are your staples. Other than that, you can kind of mix and match depending on what you like and your taste and how sweet you like it. So cheers to the holidays. Oh, dude. These are money. They are sweet. So if you don't like sweet stuff, you won't like this. If you like that richness of a bourbon cream or an Irish cream or something like that, you're going to like this. And the nice thing about the bourbon cream and Irish cream is people always pair them with coffee because they have that kind of darker taste. It goes really well in here, and that's why I said you could mix it with a couple coffee grounds, shake it with some coffee grounds. But if you do, you're going to want to double strain it, right? You're going to want to get a really fine strainer to strain out those coffee grounds because nobody wants to eat that stuff. But it could be kind of good in there. So that's it. Pretty easy. An ounce of vanilla vodka, 1.5 ounces of bourbon cream or Irish cream, about an ounce of heavy whipping cream. We've got some chocolate sauce. We've got some dark chocolate that we used and we shaved down that with this grater. And shaken. Super easy. It's just a martini, right? With some weird stuff we're putting in it. But that's it. So next week will probably be the last one of these I do this year, but I am going to do one next week. I posted that picture of the salted caramel white Russian and several of you just went freaking ballistic. So we're going to make that next week. It's super good. It is probably my new favorite holiday drink. I've made white Russians before. I used to make them all the time. Kind of got away with them or got away from them. This one we're making with bourbon, right? So it's a different kind of a white Russian. Like always, I'll post the ingredients that you're going to need Tuesday or Wednesday. But that's what we'll be making next Friday. We're going to be making that salted caramel white Russian, which is... But this bad boy is good. So we've made the gingerbread eggnog. We did that a few weeks ago. Now we've got the Indulgent chocolate martini. And next week we'll finish off our holiday cocktails with that salted caramel white Russian, which is to die for. Anyway, cheers. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys like this. Super easy to make. Like I said, put these in the freezer. We only put them in the freezer for like 5-10 minutes. It just gets them cold enough so that the kind of chocolate syrup sticks to the sides and you get this kind of cool look in your martini glass. But I hope you like them. If you don't blame me. I think they're good. And next week, let's make a salted caramel white Russian, which are freaking amazing. So have a good weekend, folks. Be careful. Be safe. Wear your mask, social distance, all that kind of stuff. Spooky times out there, but we can all see the end of it. So cheers, everybody, and hopefully I will see you all next week.